Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another late night here on the East Coast. How y'all doing? Hopefully pretty good. All right, let me just fix all this stuff here. Hopefully looking all right. Seems good. Excellent. Well, Dwarf Fortress. So I made a few mistakes with the last world. It happens. We do it. I flooded the moat, and unfortunately, like prematurely, and unfortunately, it's going to take a long time to fix that. We also killed our farmer, which is fine. But yeah, it's minor stuff. The big issue though, we're gonna be starting over because I just wasn't. I don't know. I don't like it when it's too easy. You know what I mean? And for some reason, even though I had savagery jacked, it was just like nothing. So we're gonna go back to an evil biome. We're just gonna go with the age-old lobster patent pending, by the way. You know, the rage cage, which essentially is you embark with enough wood that you can, right at the beginning, throw a wall up immediately around the cart, or the wagon, if you will, and one tile beside it, so that you can dig straight down. The nice thing about doing that is it means you're safe. Well, here's the new world we generated, by the way. This is the Mythical Plains, I think. Yes. The weak continent, the heavy oceans. That's pretty cool. Either way, unfortunately, I did a search to make sure we have all our stuff here. High evil, all that stuff. Flux, yes. Aquifer, no. River, yes, 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 and yes. Okay. There are a few locations. A couple in the very top left of the map. The northwest corner, I suppose. I don't think northwest super works with a map, though. North definitely does. When you're looking at a map, it's kind of weird to say west, because, like, the world wraps. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, the top left. And also the bottom left as well. The bottom left is on a glacier, which has its own fun challenges. Unfortunately, bottom... Is that too loud? What does OBS say? OBS says it's fine. Oh, my speakers are just a little high. But yeah, I don't mind glacier starts. I've done them before. I've succeeded. And because once you get to the, oh, my fortress is surviving part, or like thriving part, like that's all you need. The hard part about the glacier start is rushing down to the, what they're called, not the catacombs, the cavern, rushing down to the cavern layer very quickly, because that's where you're going to get all your wood and your food production. Aside from that, though, they're not too difficult. There's nothing else. I don't need to search the rest of the world because there's nothing else in it that I want to use for an embark anyway. The problem is the glacier here is only dwarves and humans. So you guys know I'm not about that life. Not for me, thanks. We're going to go up here over to the Flaxen continents. And you can see we can actually, if we cheese it and get it over here, this is the embark I'm going to be choosing, by the way, but we can get dwarves, elves, and goblins. So unfortunately, no humans. Just means one less trading partner. But ultimately, I normally start some beef with the humans anyway. So this makes things alright. I think it was this one I wanted. So there's not too many cliffs. There's like sort of a mountain range in the bottom right there, which is interesting. But the thing is, we are in the middle of Badlands, or something terrible. Apparently we're in the Towers of Wadling, a mountainous area. So the temperature is super hot. There's no trees or vegetation except for in the very bottom right corner, which has woodland. But yeah, terrifying biome, hot, scorching, so our dwarves are going to be just like dying of heat stroke and all that kind of cool stuff. And, you know, not a lot of wood, which, you know, it makes it a little bit trickier. Especially the sort of early game. But yeah, Yeah, I think it's going to be just fine. And the nice thing, again, we do have goblins, and we have elves, and fighting elves, like, it just makes me feel pretty good. The problematic tool. Yeah, sounds pretty good to me. I'm down with going for them. We're going to go ahead and use our... we'll prepare carefully. I mean, I'm just going to do this real quick, because we've talked about this before. Y'all know what I like. I like 2 miners at the start. We're going to get the... Where is it here? That's right, our noble. I'm going to make a persuader, negotiator. Sure, liar, that's fine. Want like a comedian as well. There you go, flatterer. Perfect. And then we get 5 points left. We'll give him consoler as well, and we'll make him not as good as a mason. Either way, there you go, that's our mason. Go ahead and grab ourselves a carpenter? I'm blind, I'm gonna say. So we don't really need super good wood cutting. Good wood cutting just means you chop it faster, which is nice, but we're not gonna need that in the start. So we actually save ourselves a slot, which we are gonna go ahead and throw into a grower here. Cook would be okay, but I'm gonna go for brewer. That's my favorite. Go ahead and grab something really nice, like... We could make a dedicated craft dwarf, and I think we might actually do that this time, because we're probably going to be trading for wood, if we're not going to be able to get it. So I wouldn't mind doing the stone crafter idea. I think we can get away with that if we're not taking a woodcutter. The other nice thing this lets us do is it lets me go down and make this guy into a sort of fightery type. What do we have him do? Maybe archery would be pretty useful. Yeah, we might do that. So, I'm gonna be an archer. Oh, whoops. I forgot. Crossbowman's what I want. I think archery is bows, and I don't think we can use bows, actually. Hard to say, though. Okay, so who all do we have? Well, who am I missing, rather? I'm missing the doctor. Right. Go ahead and grab that guy. Doctoring. Here we go. So definitely surgeon, bone doctor. I'm assuming... Man, I don't know. I'm never... Oh, not Crutchwalker. We just put a bunch of his points in, like, he's just a doctor for the most part. I think that'll be good. Then give him 2 points in something so he's not completely useless. Maybe 2 points in growing. I think that makes a lot of sense. And the doctor work on the farms, help out there. So it's going to help food production. Okay, so we have 3 people now we can use as sort of combatants. Well, 4 technically, because the one guy's an archer. I think archery is going to go a long way. The miners tend to make really good fighters, though. Because of their mining. We could always just have the miners use their mining picks as a weapon. Which is an interesting thought. So if I do that, actually, let's go ahead and give them fighter, armor user. Armor user is not going to help a ton, actually, early on, so I'm going to take that off. Wrestler definitely does. Dodging's an interesting one. I'll put points in it, but the problem with dodging is, oh, I need more points. Absolutely. Go ahead and just take one of these battle axes away. That'll be good. Whoa, I'm lost. There we go. Okay. Who are you? Maybe 2 archers I think would be okay, because this is the carpenter. It's like, it's kind of sucky, right? Like, you don't really want to have your carpenter do anything. You just want to sit him down and carpent. I suppose we could also make him able to make bows as well. Could be something to be said for that. I think it's fine. I think we'll just give ourselves sort of tougher dwarves. Some points in that. A little bit of fighter and a dodger. Anyway, I was saying, so the dangerous thing about dodging is dwarves that can dodge will try and dodge on occasion. But dodging means your dwarves move, and dwarves are very likely to just dodge like idiots and jump off of everything. I've had dwarves dodge off walls and kill themselves 100,000 times, or dodge into another dwarf, or etc, etc, etc. I don't really recommend it. Either way, don't need a slip ladder, don't need the wheelbarrow. Crutches are cool, splints, buckets, great. That's all good stuff. I don't need that many of these though. And I can make buckets, no problem. I say no problem. It is actually a minor problem because we don't have access to a lot of wood. Because we are in this scorching badlands. So let's go ahead and get, I like apricot. I don't know, apricot wood sounds nice to me. So we'll make sure we start with a bunch of this. I'm gonna need probably about 40 to feel comfortable. I can get by with less, but 40 is gonna help me get all my beds and stuff like that up in the beginning. Just in case we do spawn without any trees. I don't know how many trees there will be there, and we need, so what is it, 9, 3, 12, I think? I think we're gonna need 12 wood initially just to build the sort of palisade. If we were smart, we would roof it off as well. So if we were gonna roof that, that would be another, so yeah, 12, and then the internal of 2. 14, then the stairs. Yeah, it might be smart starting with a little bit more of this. Hard to say. Because we are in a super evil biome, it's really wise to take the iron anvil. Normally I would go without it. You can definitely get by. But we're going to be doing it because you know, there's that terrifying thing called your traders might get murdered before they get there. We do not need that many ropes. I'm going to take one, though, so we can make a traction bench early on if we do need to get a hospital up and running, because otherwise the game freaks out. We do need thread for suturing, cloth, but not so much. Be fine. I think cloth is what you use to turn into other stuff, so I actually don't need any of it. I just need the bags and the thread. Plump helmets are great. Mostly we need plump helmets spawn, though. That's going to be super important. Okay. A good amount of this. And let's make sure we start out with the important things like, oh, I don't know, 2 cats. Dogs are really nice. Again, they just help with that sort of early game defense. 2 females and a male is a good ratio. In an evil biome, you might want to start with 2 of each just because one of them is probably going to die. But it's okay. It is really tempting to start with like geese and get egg production going. Can we do that? Go with hens and roosters or geese and ganders. Well, chickens are way less annoying. I mean, in real life. In the game, the geese are actually a lot more effective, but that's okay. Yeah, what the heck. Buy like 5 chickens and a rooster, which means we're gonna get a little bit less money early on, but eventually we'll be able to turn that into a little bit more. Or food, not money. Rocknuts, cave weeds, sweet pod, pigtail seeds are really important. Make sure we have a good amount of those. Alright. Now we just, you know, do a little bit of cheese thing where you get some... Actually, I do need a couple turtles, sadly. We're not going to be able to cheese super much. Super hard or whatever. Hey, so what do we need here? 2 copper picks. That's good. This is good. I could get away with not taking these seeds. We can trade for them later. I'm going to take them, though, because I find if I forget to take stuff like sweet pods or rock nuts, I just get very unlucky. And I either A, don't trade for them when I could. We can do this actually. Yeah. Just get a few more barrels out of it, which is excellent. Make sure we get our cape fish. Yeah. Is this a little bit scummy? Yeah. Is it okay? Yeah. We'll be fine. Because we're going to be low on wood, so it makes a lot of sense to try and get a little bit of extra barrels in the start, which we use for brewing. I was actually just thinking now, it's wise to make the doctor the brewer. No, the grower's gonna have time to do it. We'll be okay. Prepared hamster brain? I think so. I think that's really important to me right now. And how many? I just want to double check real quick. We have 50 plum helmet spawn. I'm gonna increase this number. Honestly, I think that'll be fine because that's stuff I'm really important. I really care about. Name our fort Tactic Smith. Oh. That is a cool name. Unfortunately, that's not how I roll a game. Come on, you should know me better now. Ink Knife, I actually like the sound of that. It's a nice sound. Snake Lanterns, Really looking for something silly, though. That's what I like. Dive Whipped, okay. Cactus Trades. Oh, Cactus Trades would work here. That would have been good. Because we are in the... Well, there's not even cactuses here, actually. It's so hot. Bolton doors. Let's see if we can get a really good one. Chip wipes. It's kind of funny. Stroked trumpets. Okay, game. You know I like that. You know I like stroked trumpets. Sounds great. The Lanterns of Simplicity. Not quite. Need something a little... The basic swords? It's getting to what I want. Give me something good. Something incredible. The Flaxen Turquoise. Turquoise. I like it. The Rocks of Neutral. The Volcano of Fortresses. That's a cool one. The Gate of Maz. Normally I like to try and find something silly, but I actually really like the sound of the Gate of Maz. It sounds terrifying. Let's call this the Gate of Maz. Oh, whoopsie daisy. Gate of Maz. Yeah, hey, how you doing, Necroskidder? My phone is crazy. Like, normally it's a newer phone. Not like a new model. It's newer to me. But, like, I don't normally have autocorrect on, and my phone does. And I just, it's one of those things, like, you never think about it, because autocorrect bothers you, like, one text in, you know, like, 10. And then you're like, ugh, should have, like, turned that off, but you're just too lazy to do it. But the funny thing is, it always like autocorrects real words into other real words. Like it's like, no, that's not the word you wanted. You know.
We have arrived at our new home.
I don't know why it does that. Like if you type like trumpet, it'll be like, oh, you didn't want to type trumpet, you wanted to type trampled. And I'm like, oh, no, I wanted to type trumpet. I don't know. It's just an odd thing, you know. You have arrived after a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond. Your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all of Batoclore. Ooh, Batoclore. We sound like Klingons. I like that. There are almost no supplies left. With stout labor comes sustenance. Whether by bolt, plow, or hook, provide for your dwarves. You're expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you, but it is spring now. Enough time to delve secure lodging. Ere the leopard men get hungry. Damn, we got leopard. Leopard? We got those too, but we have leopard men up in this. That's terrifying. Someone call Skyrim. Take the Khajiit back. Actually, I don't know. I haven't really played Skyrim at all. But Morrowind and the Khajiit were slaves, so call Morrowind and tell them to take the Khajiit back. I'm gonna drown some dwarves in moats. Hey, how did you know that? How did you know it's my favorite thing to do? New chapter of Dwarven history begins at this place. Stroked trumpets strike the earth. It's one of those things. I read the opening text scroll for these kind of games like RimWorld the first time, maybe the second time. Dwarf Fortress, to me, it never gets old. I don't know what it is. It's almost poetic the way it writes it. It just brings me back to that sort of like Tolkien experience. I want to make sure we get Necroscooter in here. I don't have a woodcutter, so you can be the carpenter, I guess. I think you were our woodcutter last time. It's just not going to be as efficient at taking one this time because we're realistically either we're going to die really quickly. Well, I mean I've planned around that this time, or you know the alternative is we're just never going to have wood because of how hot the biome is. I'm hoping we at least get like 5 trees. The nice thing about that though is oh yeah, it's toasty here. It looks nice though. I like this. I think we're gonna. Oh yeah, there's lots of trees down this bottom right corner. Which thank God it's okay. Let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. You were a carpenter last time. That's right. You drove, hammered, and got nailed, and rose again. So yeah, absolutely, we'll get you back as a carpenter. Let's talk about luck of the draw and the benefits of that. I really like the look of this place, though. Oh, shit. We are not going to have a lot of sand, actually. It's going to be difficult to get farming up. We might need to start irrigation pretty early. We can get farming over here. Can you see my mouse cursor? I always feel like I want to point at things, but you guys can't see them. That's going to be interesting. Either way, this is a classic Dwarf Fortress sort of feel. I mean, like 10, 15 years ago, Dwarf Fortress. So, the lucky thing is, we spawned right beside the wood, which means we can get chopping wood, we can get wood production. There's our soil, thank you. We're going to come in from behind, which is my preferred way of coming. But also, it's good because we have all sorts of nasties here, like giant chinchillas, for example. I'm not sure how hostile those are, but I'm not going to put it to the test. So starting by the wood is great. It means I can chop a few trees like super early, and then we can run to our hidey hole. You can see thy mouse, thank you. But over here, oh, what the fuck? Does fish jump out of the water? Yes, that fish just jumped way the hell out of the water. Oh wait, look at this! There's like a little mouse. Why does the game have a little mouse that's like nowhere near my real mouse? That's frickin' weirdo. I don't know. Let's see if there's an option for that, actually. Nope. It's Dwarf Fortress. What was I thinking? I'm sure there is somewhere. But, yeah. The problem is we're nowhere near the river, which eventually is going to be our end goal. And by end goal, I mean something we need sooner than later. But not too soon if we can get to all that soil there. So, plan is, we're going to dig down one. We're currently on top of a hill. That spawn is... There have been better spawns. Make it work, though. There have been much better spawns, unfortunately. Anyway, so we'll dig down one, and then we'll come around the back here. Is the plan? Let's see. What's out there? Okay, pet livestock, got lots of hen. We also started with water buffalo, cow, and bull. They're gonna end up dying. Not gonna have any grass for them to eat. And 5 giant chinchillas. Are they immediately hostile to me? Large monster in the shape of a chinchilla. Yes, yeah, I would say so. Her hair is gray, her skin is peach, her eyes are black. That is the most terrifying thing you can say about a glorified hamster. Well, let's go ahead and start chopping these. How much of this we chop? I don't know, honestly. We don't have anyone set to chop it just yet, but that's okay. For the most part, we want to start building our initial wall. Now, here's the problem. The problem is this wagon placement. Being on the slope like that is... Oh no, I can build over slopes. Okay, we're fine. But I can't build on a tree, of course. Yeah, it's slightly unfortunate. Okay, new plan. We're gonna do Operation screw the wagon and hopefully have everybody get out there. Okay, we'll get a nice little apricot abode here. Let's go ahead and get an upstairs for me. Right here. Then we'll get building. Oh, we can't build that floor just yet. That's fine. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and make sure that we've turned architecture. Man, sorry. I'm like literally like, I don't know, maybe like 5 inches to the left. So it was making me hit all the wrong hotkeys because I'm just so used to, like, I play in complete darkness. So I'm just used to my stuff. Either way, let's go ahead and get architecture on you. And who do we have chopping trees? Probably the Stonecrafter. I'm not going to be needing him for a while. I forget what else we made him good at. Mark's dwarfing. Oh, we didn't bring any bows or arrows. That was clever. Well, thankfully he's also capable of playing some instruments, so that's a thing. Either way, you get wood chopping, my friendo. And digger dwarves, let's get digging. An up-down stair here, and then we're just gonna make this. This is just gonna be a super early stockpile. Like, that's just the plan. Like, just get everything we have inside to safety. I think that'll be fine. Is this, like, great looking? No, but it doesn't need to be. And then the plan is to run over here, and this is where we hope we can get some farms in. We may need to be cheeky about the way we do it. I'm hoping that this will give us enough sort of sand to work with. Hard to say. We have a lot of gems here, which is kind of interesting. Curious to see how that works out for me. Right, off we go, boys. Okay, constructing buildings, great. Okay, walls are up. Chinchillas are maybe rushing me. Great. So far, nothing terrible is happening, though. Chopping some trees. Oh, chinchillas are coming! Shit. Chop a little more, boys. Yeah. We're gonna go get our carpenter's workshop up right here. People can move around through that, right? Yeah. So, the reason why we're getting the carpenter's workshop up already, it's raining revolting muck, is I need to get a door. We can lock ourselves in here and feel slightly safer. And yeah, we really just need to extend this a bunch. It's already bad news. Like, all the bad things are happening. We're gonna have a lot of stuff to stockpile. Okay, I need a door, please. I need a door, and I need it priority 1. I needed that door yesterday. Okay, the other thing we need to do is we actually need to build a floor up here. Right, we need a downstairs, though. Good. See if we got... Okay, we don't have our door yet, but we do have that downstairs, which is great. So, again, like I said, Store Fortress. If you ever need to know anything about the game, please ask. We'll get our apricot wood. This is going to be a beautiful looking and smelling little entryway, but here she is. Might go for cheese strats. Are the chinchillas still chasing me? Okay, they're not quite coming in my direction. Is this revolting muck? Is worm. There's a worm there, apparently. Oh, cool. So the interesting thing, I don't know what revolting muck does. I really hope it's not too bad. The interesting thing about striking gems so early is getting access to gems is inflates. Can you see it yet? No, we don't know our wealth yet, but it does inflate your wealth early on, which means our first, you get migrants every month. Or, sorry, you have a check to see if you get migrants every month. You can gain migrants based on your wealth. I believe how it works is, like, for example, if I have 150,000 wealth, I can have up to 50 population cap for migrant purposes. So it'll try and fill up to that. Not exactly how it works, but something like that. Things can also decrease the amount of migrants you get, irregardless of wealth. Things like people dying recently or whatever. Either way, we have our door now, which makes me feel much safer. We're not going to do the carpet. I think we're going to do cheese, though. So what you do, you're going to do I here. We're going to make a zone. We're going to make our zone right here. Doesn't really matter. And we're going to make this a dump. There she is. Garbage dump. Okay. And then if we dump all these items here, our characters will immediately... I think I'm going to chop a couple of trees, although, again, this is a little risky. But hey, you know, win some, lose some. So, but if we flag all these items up here for dumping, they can fit in a single tile. And I forget how I do that. Designate dump? Is that what it is? Building item properties, dump items, yep. So we are going to set all of this for dump. Which again is great because it's just going to make it so all of these items get thrown in a single tile, a single spot. It is cheating somewhat, but it's okay. Because we can flag them afterwards and then, you know, put them in the stockpiles. So we can't build the door actually because there's currently an item here, perhaps? I think there was, and it's not there anymore because it got dumped. And that's exactly why I was doing it, because it's super important to get this going as fast as you can. Okay, what do we got? Still just 5 chinchillas out there. We got some terrifying muck and all that stuff. Hopefully we're hauling all this stuff. We're actually going to go downstairs now, and we're going to make another zone. And we're going to reflag these zones later, but I want to put our... not the hospital, sorry, the meeting area. Yeah, the meeting area and a pen pasture. So again, cats and dogs do not require food. Cats apparently fend for themselves. They'll eat like rats and all sorts of things like that. Dogs just don't require food. I don't know. Hens as well, I believe they may. But it's not much, and we can set up some grass later. But right now, we're just worried about, again, chinchillas coming and murdering all our livestock. The water buffaloes require a lot of food, and we don't have it, and they're going to die. That's what it is. Oh, I saw that dwarf run down there, and I was like, oh god, it's all over. Sorry. Set. There we go. We're going to make sure to dump all these as well. Get those logs taken up. So we shouldn't have any idols. We do apparently, though. No job. Can you not dump things? Do you not... Oh, did he change it? Can dumps only hold so much room now? Hold so much stuff? It looks like he may have. I mean, I appreciate it. That is a really good change, ultimately. It was definitely overpowered before. Let's see if that is the case. Still says they have no job. Alright, that may not be the case then. So, are we not dumping these items? They are all marked for dump. Okay, the door's there, which is convenient. I don't know why they're not trying to dump them. Okay, let's Move dump on these items. What about now? And now we're dumping items. Do these characters not have dumping on their hauling? They do. Okay, well, we're gonna get rid of that then. Remove the dump on everything. Just double check everything here. It's claimed, yeah. Well, we can make this just a huge stockpile then. Fortunately, it's not going to work great for now, but change our settings and just enable everything in the world to go right here. Not stone though, because we don't want stone because we don't want them like picking up all the stone. And yes, we will put wood into that. So they should at least start hauling everything now, which is great. I was just hoping to save a little bit of time with them running back and forth. We can actually, we're gonna get rid of this carpenter's workshop soon because it's in the way, but I lied. I tend to lie a lot. Sorry. It's not intentional, it's just my brain's like, hey, let's do this, and I'm like, I don't like that actually. Change of plans. Revolting muck is still happening. Did that door ever get built though? Yes, it did. Okay. Good news. We're just, again, we're gonna get the initial stockpile built, and then we'll get digging for food. So this is gonna be our initial fortress. Does it look like crap? Yes. We're gonna make it better, but for right now, it's what we got, you know? And I always love, like, the initial fortress thing. It's so funny. Like, you can start, like, pre-planning everything, and it's a lot of fun. But I also just like the cobbled together sort of look of things. What are these, by the way? I've been curious. Oh, magnetite. Okay, that's iron. Sweet, we have iron everywhere, actually. Super lucky. That revolting muck, though. What does it do? Okay, okay, what's this? Horrified. Okay, it scares people. Well, until it stops raining this, we're going to tell people they can't go outside. So, forget how you say that preference there. No, it's not that. Is it set order? Dwarves can go outside. I think there was one like that. Activity zone orders. Nope. It's food. Pretty much raining blood and gore. Yes, that's right. Vega, sir. How you doing? Would it be Vega? It depends, I guess. Oh my god. There's so much of it happening. You need to get inside, though, bud. Either way, let's go ahead and do my favorite part of the game, which is just renaming everybody and figuring out who's who, what's what, and what's going on. We know this guy for sure is Necroskitter. Necroskitter is just a good name. I like it. It's fun. Yeah, we'll go ahead and have... I normally put Zelphus as one of my miners, because the miners I tend to do dumb things with and get them killed. Go ahead and have... who should this... I kind of like the idea of Anrock being a miner. That's a pretty funny name. We'll get our... Which was this one? Oh, this is the doctor. Sure. Vegasur can be our doctor. Borrowed go be our farmer. And which were you? The stonecrafter. That sounds kind of like Mr. Origami. So what is that? That is 3, 6. We're missing 1 here. Who didn't I do? I think I did Oh, we didn't do the expedition leader. I think we're gonna go back to Grazillion. He led us so well in RimWorld. Surely he would not lead us astray here. Probably will. Yep, everyone's too horrified to do anything. Life sucks and is generally awful. Blood and guts and gore. Yeah, it's like, it is raining everywhere. Oh my god, the whole world is gonna flood with guts and gore. Evil biomes are no joke. So what I'm gonna do now, these tiles here, this is for the most part, like, this is like halfway dug out. We are gonna be extending that, and that's okay. Oh, I can actually... Oh, alright, that's the stockpile. What we're gonna do, though, is increase the priority. Or rather, lower the priority, but that increases it. And have this mined out... Oh, I gotta get rid of it first, I guess. Have this set to a 3. Middle-ish is here. Oh, it looks good. Reason why we want this a higher priority is this can only be mined by one person. It is a one tile. So one guy's going to go ting, 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 ting. And so I want this to be done by one person and the other way to be done by another. We're just going to increase those priorities. Make it a little easier. What is all this blue here? That is a pile of vomit. Oh good, everybody is vomiting everywhere too, unless it's raining from the sky. Which it may be. Yeah, oh god, that's what's happening, I think. Well, let's increase our stockpile here. It can now be a lot bigger, and we can get more things indoors, so we can hopefully avoid all the problems. Okay, enable everything except stone. That's the only thing we don't want. Great. If everyone could just haul all that stuff, that'd be super cool. Our carpenter is currently... What are you doing there, Pal Necroskitter? Probably just carpenting. One of my favorite things to do in this game... Do we make doors out of wood? We do have access to a fair amount of wood. Normally I would get a mason's workshop set up and get stone doors, because that's like way cooler. Yeah, that's what we'll do. I'm gonna prep more beds because I'm guessing, based on the fact we're mining iron and gems, we're gonna be getting a fair amount of migrants on our first time. Oh, I have access to another door? No, I was gonna say. So, our mason's workshop. Build that, say, I don't know. Oh, we can't build there because of the stockpile. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. Let's build it in this little 3x3. Make it out of chalk, sure. Sounds good. Now, I'd prefer we haul things before I start doing the masonry, but I just want to queue it up. Still not the worst start we've had with an evil biome. We've definitely had some bad ones. I'm going to start sorting our stockpiles, which I think we're going to be able to sort our stockpiles sooner than later. What is everyone doing? So one thing I like to do with Dwarf Fortress, though, is I like to, at the end of the year, look at every dwarf. And I think that may be a bit more than I can chew in some aspects. Where were you guys? Where were you, Borrowed? I'm worried about that, actually. So what I might do is, at the end of every month, we look at all the... Well, the current people we haven't looked at, I guess. Because I like to have an idea of like what all the dwarves look like, what they like, their emotions and stuff like that. I think it's a lot of fun. Okay, good. We seem to be hauling stuff. It's weird they prioritize hauling wood from further away than food right at the door. Food to me seems pretty important. But what do I know? Okay, was our miner doing drinking? No job. I was gonna say, there's a job right there, pal. Somebody get on that. We need to try and get food up. I don't want to wait till fall again. think we're at a point now where we can start doing some masonry. Get the doors going, because doors are one of the more important things in the game. I do love SoundSense. Like, it adds so much to the game. A graphics pack helps, but like SoundSense really adds like so much. It looks like it stopped raining, thankfully. Native Platinum. That's a handy-dandy thing to have around. And we got tons of ore. I wonder if we're sitting on top of a volcano or something. Like an underground volcano? Oh my god, look at all the blood. The reason I think that is just because of the amount of minerals. Because I only set it with the standard world gen options. Although I do naturally... Like, I increase the savagery of the world. And I increase the civilization count. Because that's something I like. Even though those counteract each other. To an extent. It takes a world generation a very long time to figure out what's going on when you do it that way. I'm just going to set up actually just a straight up food stockpile. I'm just going to put it right here. Because... there we go. If for some reason they didn't want to haul the food to the stockpiles that said you could haul food to them. I don't know. Joint stockpiles may be a little bugged. Not too sure. I'm actually going to set a refuse stockpile as well. You don't really want refuse inside, but we do in this instance because we're going to deal with the miasma early on. And I really just want to save all these bones so we can get like bone crafting and stuff like that. You know, bone carpentry. Bone carpentry. Not quite. But yeah, like bone crafting and stuff like that. Up. And there she is. That's enough for a farm plot. Not a great farm plot. I'd prefer more, but it's enough. We can get plum helmet production up. And at some point, we're going to be changing all this stuff. You know, say that about 100 times a day. So up here, that's going to be stockpile for food. I could double door it. Well, this is going to get mined anyway, so yeah, we don't have to. Perfect. And same thing over here. And thing like this. Not quite good. That's 4, that's 5. Does that bother me? Not super. I can always go this way for this one, which is pretty fun. Do it that way. Symmetry doesn't bother me too much in games. Things being symmetrical looks nice, but I'm also a big fan of like asymmetry. I don't know why it is. It's the way my brain works. And I need one for corpses as well, actually. There we go. Okay. And that should be all our hauling. Done. So now we could even risk it, and we could chop a couple more trees. I mean, it is a little risky. Maybe I shouldn't. There's a bunch of Mothmen, Mothwomen. Whereabouts are they, though? Way up in the sky. Way up in the sky, and they're over here. Yeah, they could get to us pretty quickly, actually. Okay, let's cancel these. We're just gonna hide indoors for now. What are you doing, little friend? Right, you're going out there to chop stuff. That's fine. Come back indoors. I really wish I remembered how to designate everyone staying outside, like staying inside. There was a way for it. I thought it was set order, though. It was something like dwarves can go outside. I mean, it stopped raining a while ago. I may just mute that weather one. Where it, like, blip-blops. Doesn't sound super rainy anyway. No, I can't remember where it is, guys. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I'd really rather people not go outside and get murdered. It's biome. I could restrict them from going outside. Like, restrict movement outside, but it's not exactly what I want to do. Because that's going to really bug out once we have migrants. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Is it? Maybe it's under burrows. No. No, that's later on. I don't know. Either way. Oh, yeah, nice. We got lots of room. Okay, let's get our farm plot. Thank gosh. I was really scared about that, actually. Thought this was going to end in sadness. But no, we got plenty. It's actually kind of funny how it, like, naturally, like, ended up being a wall there. I guess if I mine this out, it's probably going to be more clay underneath. So that ended up working out quite good for us. 2 idlers. It's reasonable. I can handle that. You might want to get inside, though, Mr. Origami. I know you crazy girl, but it's gonna rain, and we're all gonna die. That cat is also insane. Okay, is everyone indoors? Maybe. Is everybody drinking and stuff? No job guys also in here. Yeah, we can just lock the door. So I can forbid them. Pets can go in and out though, because we have pets outside, sadly. I'd rather they weren't, but now what we want to be doing. So we're making our barrels, which means we can get beer production up and running, which is excellent. We then want to look into lay baskets. And I forget who makes them. I'm pretty sure it's here though. It's not a bin. It's hang on. I'm sure I can find it from here. Build nest box. Needs nest box. Okay, how do we build a nest box? Here, I would imagine that's carpentry. It may be in a crafter's workshop though. Like that may be the case. That's alright, we can get one of those. Not here though, I don't have the room. Gee. That's okay. Get it later. Okay, let's get some doors here. Nice. And then we'll start working on placing all those beds we have. So I think what we really do is we end up thinking about making this our fortress entrance, like the proper entrance, like, do you know what I mean? Because then we can build it out and we can have the tower and everything, and that could be cool. And then we get all these lovely trees as well. We can wall it up nice. It could be how we do this. Or, alternatively, we could make it here and just have that be where the farmers are. There's something to be said for it. We do have to be careful because eventually enemies will be able to tear this door down. So it's not as safe as we want it to be. I think we just make a temporary barracks after this. You done the farm yet? Not quite. Almost. Okay, BWL for the still, and we'll get one going right here, which I like. Just get that beer going as soon as we can, and plum helmets in all seasons, please. Yeah. This is tough to say. We can get a little bit more farmland if we dig out here. We're not going to need it yet. We could dig this out. That's an option anyway. That's going to end up being our cloth production. We can make this the barracks for now. I don't mind that. Mind that at all, actually. It's just gonna be a huge dormitory. Perfect. Okay. Well, it's gonna be ready for everyone when we get them. Get our beds going. Nice. Just hoping we don't lose too many animals outside. Either way. Oh, actually, I think... Oh. Nice. It's raining revolting muck. Oh good, blood and guts are raining from the heavens again. What wonders we have. So where do we build the tower then? Because we have all the options in the world. This is just where our farm is. We can always like move our farm later if we find somewhere, you know, better suited for it. I think it makes sense to drag the river to us and the other way around. Oh, Necroskitter's created a masterpiece apricot wood bed. Nice. Gonna make people happy. Yeah, I definitely think we bring the river to us. So it's gonna be like out here. This is a good area for the tower. It's funny. So this is the non-evil biome, and you'll notice it doesn't really rain too much here, like the blood and guts. It's all in the evil biome. I think if like I want the tower in the evil biome, right? Like that's cool. What is all this? Cotton grass. And it's actually everywhere. That's kind of weird. What's that thing? A wolverine, no thanks. Probably gonna kill my cat. C'est la vie. Yeah, I like the idea of like our tower constantly having like blood rain on it. Even though it is gonna make it more dangerous to build the damn thing. Do we build it here then? Is that our plan? Do we build it up here maybe? No, I'm not really feeling that. So it's either down there or here. Having it more in the middle is nice actually as well. And there's the option of just mining this entire thing out and building it here, but then it's gonna be like harder to get the moat working. So I think it makes more sense to like this makes the most sense. It's the easiest. It's really close to where the farms are, so we can easily centralize everything. Whereas if we put it here, there's no guarantee we get, like, we can get the farms any closer.
I just love the idea of this raining down on our tower constantly. It's tough. It's tough to say. Anyway, it's not something we built for a little bit yet. Oh, I got 5 people idle. Whoops, I've just been sitting around. Okay, well, let's get digging. Let's figure it out. Okay, we can build out this way. Put the tower here, maybe? Or do we do the crazy and build it up on this? Again, it just doesn't work for the moat. Build it out this way. Okay. Well, let's start setting things up then. I'm gonna say we can't build here and then build the tower up out of the mountain. So. Sorry, this is tough. It's like I want to build it right. And like I don't care about like right isn't the smartest thing to do, like the coolest thing to do. You know? Like this is really tempting. What if we do more than one tower? Hear me out. What if we have like a little mini towers? And then a huge spire in the center? Could be cool. Could be interesting. We have giant bridges connecting them. Maybe we just set this all to be... The problem is, like, going outside right now is a little risky. Oh! There's only a wolverine and a giant wombat around. Too bad. Alright, well, let's start building a few things anyway. Eventually this is going to be this sort of area where our crafting takes place. We have beds. Let's get some more anyway. They're quite nice. And let's start working on chairs and tables. And then we will dig. Let's make this our entrance. So, this will be the main entryway. No access to a building material, non-economic item. True, I did do that, yeah. Let's dig. I do like 3 wide normally. Okay, we do this. Nice grand entrance. Alright. And then this is where we're going to put the trader. So let's do that. Make it 3, 4, 5. 5, 5, that doesn't really matter. Let's get this out of the way. Clean this up somewhat. And then remove up downstairs or ramps. Get rid of all the ones that are left over in this sort of an area. Actually, let's get rid of... I want a lot of these gone. Probably all this as well. Nice, easy. Okay, and this will just be a sheer cliff face. I don't think you can designate, yeah, on the last tile there. That'll be fine. Alright. And then, yeah. We'll build our wall afterwards. I still think I want to do it here. No, I think it's crazy. It's not that far, the cart food. Right? Ultimately. It's pretty far, actually. Slow a few things down. Okay. Well, we can get out here now. So what I think I'm going to do is we're actually going to remove this door, and then we're just going to like build a wall there out of apricot, just so it matches, of course. Just so that's all gone. Okay. Let's get our massive wall. This wall doesn't have to be like crazy huge, because this isn't going to be where the tower is. This is just our entryway to look nice. This will also be where our animals sort of hold up and stuff like that. Make it out of chalk. That's actually going to look really cool, like a giant chalk wall. Yes, here then. And we want a bridge at some point because we'll have a moat here. Like, see, already I'm thinking just do the tower here. It's 100 times simpler. But it's not the same. It's not as cool. I can't do it. It's got to look awesome, you know? Oh, did I forget the build one there? It's annoying. How big do we make the... Well, it's got to be at least 3, so... Fine. Did I forget to put one here, though? Oh, crap. And then... Let's also get a bridge. Bridge. I thought it was G. It is, okay. Now, the nice thing about our bridge... Oh, we can't till that tree gets chopped. Let's actually chop all these trees. I think we're safe to start cutting some of these, not necessarily using all the lumber, but we're safe to chop it down. Okay, I'm gonna set our food stockpile. It's farm plot. Let's set our food stockpile here. That up so people can get to it nice and easy. This will be probably another food stockpile. You end up needing a lot of them. It does have a middle. It's fine. Be okay. Despairing. Yeah, I think it is best we don't build here. Man, I'm gonna do it. But it is making our dwarves like have horror and despair and freak out and panic. So it's definitely something that eventually I want to not mess around with, but oh, these are the chairs, right? We still gotta make the tables, I think. Oh no, we have tables. No, those are chairs. They just kind of look like tables. Tables are square, though, I forgot. Using all our chalk reserves, though, we're gonna have to go mining more stuff. The main thing is the walls getting built. So how's everyone doing? Hopefully pretty good. I didn't think I was gonna stream tonight, actually. I was like pretty sure I wasn't, but I don't know, it was like 5:30, and I was like, I could probably do this. Get my dwarf in. Could we build a giant moat surrounding the whole mountain? Okay, the water buffalo are starving. We knew that was going to be a problem. We talked about it. We'll be okay. I can actually set up a new pasture for them. So we'll go ahead and do that. Just because we do have this outside area now. It's not going to be really safe for a while, but it's something. And now we can look at all our current dwarves and see what their stats are, see what they like, their dislikes. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things, just having an idea of like who is what and what they feel, because there's so much of that. Dwarf Fortress. I put autosaves on, it's safe. You don't need it though. Alright, great. So, let's go ahead and check. Start with Anrock here. Oops, sorry, my bad. Wrong button. There we go. You must never forget true loyalty. Repay it in full. That's a nice thing to say, Anrock. In the last season, she was in despair when caught in freakish weather. Yeah, that's fair. She felt satisfied at work. Felt satisfied at work. That's great. She felt euphoric due to inebriation. Okay, good to know we're all drunk. She was annoyed after having a drink without using a goblet, cup, or mug. Oh, that's cool. That's a new thing, actually. Didn't know that was a thing. And we had some arguments and stuff like that. She's annoyed that we don't have that many chairs. Well, we're working on it. So, she is a worshipper of Ral Silvery Gold, the bejeweled wealth of luxury. Very nice. She is a citizen of the problematic tool. That was the mountain home we initially came from, yeah. 83 years old. Wow. She is weak and has a grating, raspy voice. High cheekbones, and her hair is clean shaven. She has somewhat short ears and they're extremely narrow. Rust eyes are somewhat narrow as well. Oh, she's just this ass hag. Gross. Her sandy top skin is slightly wrinkled. Hair is auburn with a touch of gray, but she's bald. So, she's very agile and rarely sick, but flimsy and very weak. She likes cats for their aloofness. The color chestnut, that's an interesting color. She likes poetry, very cool. Prefers to consume saltwater crocodile, a passion fruit wine. And hates toads. Fair enough, I guess. Very nice. Well, obviously you can always like a VOD and read all this stuff, but I do like to read like little bits of them just so I have an idea of these characters. For some reason, like it just makes me get more attached to them, you know, and then I care more. So it's not just I have 200 dwarves. I have, oh no, I lost Anrock. She hates toads, and so does this guy actually. Zelphus, the quest for knowledge never ends. Yeah, pretty good. So he's a faithful worshipper of Ral Silvery Gold as well. Our two miners both like luxury. That's nice. 61 years old, much younger. Pretty tall, true the real Zelphus, but also very frail. Not quite as true. Very long sideburns are braided. Holy shit, braided sideburns? Long mustache is arranged in double braids. Very long beard is also in double braids. His long hair is also arranged in double braids. This goes all out. Extremely narrow ears have nearly fused lobes. Gross. Scratchy voice. His head is somewhat tall as well. Weird. Skin is dark tan. He is slow to tire, but he's clumsy, flimsy, and unquestionably weak. Oh good, my miners are like super babies. So he likes jet, tin, praz opal, olive wood. Yep, olive wood. Clear glass, the color raw umber, windows, bracelets, sheep for their tendency to flock, cranberry vines for their fruit, and the sound of the poet of lathering. Impossible he prefers to consume anchovy, one hump camel cheese, pineapple wine, and donkey's milk. What the hell? A lack of understanding of social relationships and next to no natural musical ability. Bam! That's our Zelphus. I'm just kidding, but also very true. Cool. Alright, let's check our carpenter here, Necroskitter. What are you up to? I feel so good! Oh, good. Carpenter's nailing things and getting high. Euphoric due to inebriation. Euphoric due to inebriation and satisfied at creating good stuff. Nice. Alright. Faithful worshipper of Lidod, the spurting sweat. That is gross! Never again. 56. Youngin. Okay. Narrow rust eyes are bulging. Her nose bridge is very convex. High cheekbones. Her hair is clean shaven. Another one. Average in size. Very nice. Slow the tire. So you like cryolite, silver, green diamond, rhesus macaque leather. I love saying macaque, but it's a monkey. Cows for their hunting moves. Absolutely. Who doesn't? I'm a farmer, though. I respect that. Raspberry bushes for their fruit, the words of the beloved poem, the sound of incense of glimmering, and the sight of the embrace of bewilderment. Possible she prefers to consume a giant copperhead snake and barley wine. Wow. It's flies. That's going to be a problem here. So great sense of empathy and a sum of patience. Well, it's because you're high all the goddamn time. How about that? Be merry. That's good for your expedition leader, Brazilian. You know, canonically he sleeps around in all our fortresses. In the last season, he felt satisfied at work. He felt satisfied upon improving masonry. Euphoric due to inebriation. All the good stuff. Casual worshiper. Oh, he's just a casual worshiper, though. He's not, he's hardcore. You know, he's a casual, basically. He's not good enough. The High Barricade. That's a weird kind of god. Tall body with incredible muscles. That's why he gets the girls. Prominent chin. Oh, man. Clean-shaven sideburns. He's indefatigable. Indefatigable. I've never seen that word written. I know it means he can't be fatigued, but pretty good. Mighty and incredibly tough. He's clumsy and susceptible to disease, and yeah, you know, we all have our problems. Like sterling silver, giant brown recluse spider silk. Damn. Quivers, tables, scepters, weasels for their short legs. That's cute. And when possible, he prefers to consume rainbow trout and quinoa beer. Detests moon snails. I don't know what a moon snail is, but it's probably another word for elf. I don't think it is. I'm just joking, obviously. I want to puzzle over something. I feel restless. Sounds like origami for you. She's a worshiper of Deller. No idea who that is. Loaded tall body with incredible muscles. Kind of origami-ish. Incredibly quick to heal. Mighty and slow to tire. Bromite. Avocado wood. Who likes avocado wood, really? Puffin tooth, ropery fabric, gems, reindeer for the large herds. When possible, she prefers to consume tuber beer. So that'd be potato beer, so vodka. Nice. Absolutely detest worms. I thought origami was more of a tequila guy myself, but... So, oh shit. Skilled warrior is a beautiful sight to behold. Borrowed bullets. That doesn't sound like borrowed. He is rarely sick. Doesn't sound like borrowed at all. What is he like here? Emu tooth? Warhammers, bracelets, catapult parts, horses for their strength. Yeah, Impossible prefers to consume sloth, turnip plants, and prickleberry wine. And we have just one more here, guys. We got our planter Vegasura. Or Vega, I think it's Vega. Okay, also worships the High Barricade. Family is the true bond that keeps society thriving. It's a nice one. She's tough. She likes all sorts of gems here. Molimarian leather, giant moon snail shells, bolts, bucklers, hatch covers, figurines, anvils, and the sight of the petal of bewildering. When possible, she prefers to consume hard wheat beer and barley seeds. What the hell? Wheat beer and barley seeds. That is a weird diet. Very good feel of social relationships, and a very good sense of the position of her own body and willpower. But iffy memory, poor focus, and poor creativity. Yeah, fair enough. What are you, a planter? Yeah, who cares? You don't have to be creative when you're putting stuff in the ground. Probably, anyway. You could do, but you don't have to. I would really like to get this bill. You know, this is kind of important. Yeah, I also really want to get these grates going. We need grates so that I can have light shine down here. The importance of having outdoors, or sorry, rather indoors with sunlight is that the grass will still be able to grow, which is important because I've already forgotten, by the way, we're going to make this a pen pasture. Something like this will be fine. Hey, Omega's Revenge, how you doing? Actually, I'm gonna get rid of these stockpiles now. It's fine. Just get out of my life. Damn stockpiles. Something awful. Hopefully that's all gone now. I think as a temporary measure... Oh, I forgot to, of course, set this as a dormitory. That's why people are upset. It's not ideal. We definitely have time to set things up, though. We'll be okay. Oh, this music's nice. It's out of nowhere. So do we start setting up proper bedrooms? I think we worry about the tower later, and I really do think that for the tower, it's just going to be this. I think we're just going to chop the top off. We're going to build the tower here. Like, we're just going to, like, hollow all this out. Like, just get rid of the mountain entirely. Because it is just flat on top, yeah? Yeah, so we're just going to channel the whole thing, build this giant tower, and then what we'll do is we're going to smooth out... I'm going to smooth out all of this, like a round, make it like sort of roundish. Not completely, but roundish enough. And then we'll build the moat around all of that. So it's going to be huge moat, ideally. Be cool. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of it anyway. I'm really happy, though, that we got Plump Helmets building finally. Okay, let's get brew drinks from plants going. Bring revolting muck. Yeah, we'll deal. Who cares about that? I love how it looks like this is all clay, but no, this is all blood and guts. There's revolting muck everywhere. I just love the idea that that's someday going to be raining down on our giant, potentially ivory tower. Not ivory in the fact we're using ivory, ivory in the fact we're going to probably be using chalk. Seems to be our major stone here. But I wouldn't mind if it ends up being multicolored. Cancel construct rock throne. Oh, we're out of rocks. Oh yeah, because I'm using them to build this. Oh, and you're despairing. Oh. Oh, we're out in the shit again. Or are we just collecting? Oh, I thought we were just collecting that for a second. I hope not. Yeah, we're gonna have to... Increased priority, sadly, of digging all this stuff out. So let's go ahead and set priority to 3. A little bit more important. Same thing. Just a little bit more important here to get all this going. Okay, nice. So, again, we're going to think of the future. Where's the meeting hall? That's going to be the tower. Well, the tower could be this whole thing, really. So we could start by just hollowing this part out and building, like, an initial internal part of the tower here. This is actually really cool. Look at... Okay, hear me out, guys. This is going to be like the tower, ideal, like this large thing. But we can use this pre-existing mountain as a guideline for the future. Right? Because I was talking, I do want to separate things. So, peasants down below. You know, first level of the tower type of idea. Left and right here, we can have the craft dwarf over here, which works perfect. We already have the workshops here. Over here, we can have military. We got the food there, and we have, like, you know, a temporary little barracks thing. I think this is great. I really like the idea that we use this. So if this is going to be the center, this should be where the meeting hall is. Are we going to build it here? Or no, we're going to build it underground so that we can hollow all the stone out. So yeah, right in this sort of an area, it's going to be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I like that. How's that look here? Does that look fine here? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, can't really afford to go too much more in that direction. 1, 2, 3. I like it. What do you think, guys? This is just a for me thing real quick. I'm gonna do this. We're actually gonna be setting this all to priority. I don't need that one technically. I just need one of them. We really want this on priority 4. I want it on priority 5 actually. Because it's the next thing we do. Shit. 3. 1, 2, 3. I like it. Now it sucks it doesn't line up exactly with this. We can fix that. I mean, we can always make this opening much, much larger. Not opposed to doing that. Let's go back to priority 4 though. So if this is it, so that's 4. Okay, that's 5. That's 5. So this is the center. So how I kind of like to do this. Oh, it does overwrite it. Okay, for some reason I didn't see it doing that before. How I kind of like to do this is, you can do it 2 ways. You can have 2 doors side by side, which looks really nice, or I like to do the sort of column in the middle idea. So if we're doing it that way, it's going to be column in the middle, so it'll be like this. So this is how this ends up going, and again, same thing here. Boom, boom. 3 tile hallways are really nice. Eventually, this is going to extend to be a much larger hallway as well. Probably a 3 tile. Let's think. Is it going to be a 3 tile? It is going to be one of our major hallways. Let's go ahead. We're going to increase this to like even a 6. Okay, and just do that. That's going to be that. So in that case, let's go back to 4 here. So this is our doorway, so looks like that. I don't even think we need a doorway here. This just heads off the hall, but I think it's going to look cool. Like the doors have to like pile in through these doors and then enter like the meeting area for the second doorway to get into the Great Hall. You know, we can put some statues or something in there, make it nice. We could even, if we're feeling crazy, we could, you know, place these walls with like glass later on. Like some nice like pools of water just hanging out here. We have options. We have some really nice sounding options. But for now, we need our miners to start mining and not being depressed all the frickin' time. That'd be cool. Citation needed, but I think it'd be cool. Make sure we get our 4 grades. Well, eventually we need... Oh, no, eventually we need buckets, which I always forget that the thing is for it. It's not that. Would be cool, yeah. Bucket. Well, I know we need bins eventually. Buckets are E. I always think they're gonna be U. Barrel is V. What is U? Yeah, U doesn't have a thing. That's weird. I feel like U should be bucket. It's kind of U-shaped. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Plump helmets that need... Oh, right. We need a food stockpile. Temporarily, it's going to be here. This isn't ideal. It's definitely not where we eventually want it. Okay. Thoughts. Right here. This is food, but it's only going to be seeds. Oops. I think that makes that a lot easier. And we'll get our proper food stockpile to be probably these 2. And then we can put grates above them so that they can, you know, vent miasma. If we do that, or the refuse stockpile over here at some point. We don't need to worry about it just yet, though. We'll figure all this stuff out in time. Surprised our miners still value hauling over, well, technically constructing buildings. Over that. Anyway. I wonder what priority construct building is. Because it's higher than just mine something with a 3. Or the mine, though. It'd be cool if you could set more values for that. Which actually is something you can do in RimWorld. Which, hey, not often I say, like, I really like this thing more in RimWorld than Dwarf Fortress. Not that I think RimWorld's a bad game, it's just, I do love Dwarf Fortress. Yes, I know you're despairing because you went out in the blood and guts rain. Like, look at this! At this rate, like, the fresh water we're going to be getting isn't even going to be fresh. But that's fine. We'll make do. Actually, you know what I want to do? I'm going to set this a chopped tree, but I want this priority 1. I want that tree, like, chopped right away. If I can. Because it's blocking where I want to put my bridge. Which I guess we can set. This is going to be a very low priority. But I just want an idea of how this channel is going to work out. So this will be a little baby moat. And it's not super important, it's just something I just want to, like, have an idea. Do I have it 4? I think 4 tiles is good, just so nothing can, like, jump it or something. Okay. Again, that's minor, and it's not something we're going to be worrying about for a while. I know, you need non-economic hard rock. I have plenty of hard rock, unfortunately it's pseudo-economic. I get some use out of it anyway. Are those beds blue? Did we vomit on the beds? Yep, okay. Fair enough. Thankfully it's not RimWorld, so we don't have a depression spiral because of a little bit of vomit. People don't like it, but I don't like panicking. It's always my favorite thing when... What? Oh! He cleaned it! Who was that? Zelphus! Did you just make your own bed there? What happened? That was kind of cool. I expect him to do that. There's another thing we can queue up is building the trade... No, I want the trade depot over there, so... No!
Haggard-looking migrants have arrived.
Oh. Fuck. Every time that guy's voice pops up, scares the shit out of me. Frick. Alright, cool. Got migrants anyway. We're gonna wait like a minute or two and then see how many we got. Is this all native platinum? Oh no, it's magnetite, okay. Well, it's nice getting fluxstone. The downside is we need chalk right now, so... That should be good for migrants, right? Oh, really? I was expecting us to get a little bit more because of all the... Is this all vomit? Damn. It's all the gems we found. Either way, let's get the old list. I've got a couple more. You know, so what do we get here? What are you? You're a metalsmith. Ooh. Great armor smith. Holy shit, look at this. This guy's incredible. Man, alright. And he can fight. Omega's Revenge. Build us the weapons to help us murder things. And by that I mean, you know, carry our people to greatness. What are you? Glassmaker and a dancer. Very good dancer. Kind of shit. No use for that. Glassmaking, that's... that's interesting. It's definitely not going to be something you end up doing for long. Let's get Cray 132. Okay. We have here... Tulin, what do you do for a living? Great cook, great student, great reader, great chemist, great comedian. Okay, well I like that. I like a cook. I definitely have a use for that. Let's go get Fagwin again. Another grower? Like super grower. I can be your lap dancer? Well, thanks, Cray. I appreciate that. Spider's Fury. I'm sure he doesn't mind growing stuff. Probably. That'll be that. Alright, just 4 new guys. A little bit disappointing. I was hoping to get like 5, 6, but... Really exciting about the armor smith and metal stuff. As for the glass blowing... Which one was that? That! Okay. Wait, this guy here? Yeah. What do we have him do then? Be the architect of your greatness. See, like, that sounds so badass. I love when people say stuff like that. Like, I'm feeling it already. Okay. Glassmaker, yeah. Your new jobs are not that. I know I can do this through Dwarf Therapist. I'm just so not used to doing that. Okay. Mason and stone detailing? You know what? Why don't we have... This is like, you know, the stereotypical duality of man, right? You know, stripper at night, but during the day, she's a straight-edge, good-looking lady, and she gets down to business. That's right, we have our first promotion, our bookkeeper, yep. Let's go ahead and do that, and just have Ray as our bookkeeper. I just like getting bookkeeping up and running, it's just nice. Speaking of our broker, well, we're not going to assign Brazilian as our broker yet because he's going to start demanding things like a nice room and that would be what. Yeah, well, when you lose all your limbs, that's fine. Yeah, bookkeeping. I know. I made it sound like it's kind of cool, right? Books are for nerds. Can't make books out of stone. Well, you're wrong there. Dwarven engineering at its finest. Well, let's get you an office and a proper bedroom. So technically the bookkeeper is a noble. Nobles will eventually reside at the top portion. You know, the high part of our glorious tower. Unfortunately, that doesn't exist yet. So... it's gonna be... we'll make it fairly central, so you feel important. Right when you come in, we'll put it about here, I think. Yeah. Make a nice-sized bedroom. Make it like a 5x5. I think that's cozy. Look at this, eh? The nobles get everything. Books aren't huge weapons. Why do they even exist? It's a good thought. This is a huge... you don't need to study that big, do you? Well, you're gonna get one. Because you deserve it. Actually, really don't. You're just a bookkeeper. Ah, whatever. I'm a good guy. We'll do it anyway. Never want to say just a bookkeeper. Oh, that's right. You need a place to dance. Yeah. Well, you can dance on our tables, which we don't have. But you can. I'll get them. Don't worry. We'll go build that. Hang on. We definitely need some tables to dance on. Oh, and we also need grates. Would be great. Ugh. I wish there was like an easier way of saying. Like I could have seen grates would be fine. Grates would be good. Grates, but it's like you want to make the like grates would be great pun. Did these plants seriously die? What the fuck, guys? That's our food. Oh, because you don't have anywhere to store them. Because I'm an idiot. Yeah. All right. Fine. I don't like it, but... I should say, if I ever call someone an idiot, like myself, for example, it's not because they're actually dumb. It's because they did something that was unwise. Unless I actually think someone's an idiot, which is... But no, it's actually, I don't know, I say like, idiot a lot, and like people get upset because they're like, oh, and it's like, listen, I'm not actually like saying you're intellectually inferior to the average human being. Although I do feel like on the whole, people are a little bit dumb. But I mean, you know, I'm just saying it because I'm like, damn, he did something stupid. It's so much easier to say you're an idiot. Beautiful. Look at this room. It's the room of a man who loves to dance. Let's get a nice bed right in the middle. You don't put the bed in the middle, right? Like, nobody would ever put the bed in the middle. In real life, people put the bed in, like, the corner or something. Or, like, up here, I guess. Jumped up monkeys. Not like us advanced dwarves. Yeah, that's right. Okay, inappropriate square. Okay. Technically, actually... I mean, it makes more sense to put it that way. You know, I really like the idea. Let's just have a chair off to the side here. In Cray's room. Just, that's where he gives people lap dance. Yeah, it's not off to the side. You gotta put it in the middle. You can watch the lap dance from his bed. Bed in the middle, yeah. That's what you always do in like RimWorld and stuff, like put the bed in the middle. But it looks silly. And a person does that. Clearly not a human being. Not like we are. I mean dwarf. Definitely dwarves. Yeah, let's get more beds. What are we doing now? What are our guys doing? Oh yeah, I don't want seeds here, by the way. So we have a seed to F. Okay, it's fine. Figure it out. There we go, though. Our food situation is potentially saved. God knows how much I cost us. What? Omega's revenge is fighting? Is enraged? What happened? Is he dead? No? He just randomly became enraged. He didn't even fight anything. He just got mad. Omega, please, dude. This is not how we roll. Oh, I love it. This is one of my favorite graphics. I'm going to zoom in. Hang on. I got to remember how to zoom in. There's a way. Oh, there it is. Let's go deeper into the Matrix. I'm going in, Neo. Neo! I saw him. Nope. No. There he is. Look at that cute little bastard. Cute! That is exactly what a stripper looks like when they're off duty. And, you know, they take the glasses off and they let down their long, silky, white, braided hair. And you know, they kick up the house music and things get real. Probably. I wouldn't know. Inappropriate dig square. Listen, pal. I said something was an inappropriate dig square. Which square are you talking about, though? Asking for a friend. We should get more barrels, honestly. I know I said make beds, but I changed my mind. I love how I accidentally hit the B button again, so I was like, change my mind. Somebody clean up all that puke, too. Nice. Okay. This is looking good. It's looking great. Do we do a wood? I'm feeling a wood finish. So that we don't have this blood rain down on us all the time. That makes people despair. Yeah, probably something we could stop. Stop that happening. Oh, what? Oh, I need these trees cut. Damn it. We have a tree cutter, don't we? I forget who it is, though. Oh, it's one of our growers. That's reasonable. It's reasonable you're not... New plan. Cook. You're a tree cutter. Is that a good idea? Yeah. I don't need cooking right now. We'll get cooking later. I think it was Vega or whatever. No, it wasn't. Who the frick? Who do I have doing it? The carpenter? No. Expedition leader? Maybe. No, it was origami. No, it wasn't. The heck? Someone's got woodcraft. They're cutting things. I don't know. Maybe not. Let's just pick up equipment right here. I swear somebody had it. Wood cutting. Yeah, origami did it, and we turned it off on him. Okay. Cancels pick up equipment. Despairing. Oh, life is hard. Man, we, like, look at, like, the whole landscape is blood and guts. That's incredible. It's excellent. It's exactly what I want. Oh, I can't clean this blood and guts off myself, guys. Sorry, I'm despairing. Anrock, you have a... What are you doing out here? What are you doing, you damn fool? There's things out here. There's barn owls and rattlesnakes. It's not as impressive as some... I thought it was going to be like leopard men or something. Did you stop? Oh, God. Now we can't cut trees down because we're so freaking sad about it all. What we do? Oh, right. Well, first off, we do this. The nice sized bedroom here. We're going to assign this bed to Cray, our bookkeeper. Yep, dining room. No, you need a study, don't you? Okay. And Cray, you're going to go ahead and set your settings here. Set your settings. I mean, that's not wrong. It just sounds dumb. Highest precision. I don't want to know if it's maybe 80 or about $240. I want to know exactly how many pennies we got. How much food. I want to ration that. Specifically drink, because I'm worried about it. And because all those plants died, I mean, I'm slightly worried, but not really. We got a whole bunch here. This is all growing. Probably fine. You know what, actually? Yeah, we're gonna say this is high priority, and I'm hoping that means person we do have with brewing brews before they... Oh my gosh, everyone is actually, like, so depressed all the time. More barrels, please. Thank you. What are you doing? Yeah, we can use some tables and chairs and stuff. Cool. And you're digging. I like that, Zelvis. Appreciate that. Oh, good, this finally got cut. Super exciting. Honestly, channeling is super fast. I'm just gonna increase the priority of this. This whole thing channeled up. See, sometimes it doesn't work. I don't know why. Nice. Set that back down to 4. Yeah. Because I just want... Like, if we channel it, we're still going to have ramps so we can get up. I just want that done now. And actually, I do want to build the bridge. So if we're going to make it 4, we need about this. That's huge. Let's make it out of... We make it out of chalk? Might as well make it out of wood. I don't know if things... I don't remember fire in this game, but I do worry. Let's actually build a trade depot now that we got this done. I can use wood for that, that's fine. Yeah, we're gonna be digging tons of stuff here. We're gonna have lots of resources. Some of you might say, aren't you making the meeting hall a little bit too big? Aren't you making this grand hall, you know, the main centerpiece of your fortress? Isn't it a little large? Yes. And dwarves often compensate for their height by doing that. And that's okay. But we're going to do it anyway, and I don't really care. We're just going to dig it all right now. At some point. When I say right now, I'm going to wait. That's right. That's right. Just yes. Duh! Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're feeling it, Omega. You know what's up. Judge man not by the size of his beard, the lack of height, by magnificence of his great hall. I think that was probably Abraham Lincoln said that. Okay, hang on. Cancel this frickin' bridge. Gotta dig the channel first, actually. That'd be important. Hey, Mr. Grinch, how you doing, man? Yeah, it is an early morning. I actually, you know what? I'm hyped. I'm feeling good. I'm having a good time. I love my dwarfs. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I could go for hours. Like, I actually feel like I could stream for like another like 30 hours. You know, it's like 7 in the morning. Unfortunately, Kaylin gets up around 8 in the morning. And I don't see her like too often. I mean, I have now that, you know, I've been off from work and sick and all that stuff. But because I've been sick, I've also been sleeping. So I'm going to have to take a break then. 30-hour marathon incoming. Oh man, someday. We should, you know what? I've always wanted to do that. The longest I streamed, so I used to, little backstory. We've been streaming on this channel now for like 2.5 years. Well, technically I've been on this channel before that, but I mean, that was when I sort of did like the comeback, if you will. But I used to stream like a long time ago, like 7-8 years ago. We used to stream like, well, I used to stream like a lot of XCOM and stuff like that, and like some RPGs like Persona. I remember doing a Persona 3 marathon, and I love doing that. But I never did like a marathon. I just did like, you know, like 8 hours or something every now and then. I would love to do like a 24-hour marathon or something. But it's like, I don't know, it'd have to be like a special occasion. And I'd have to like tell Kaylin, like, no. It's 24 hours, you don't get to see me. That would be a lot of fun though. I don't know what I'd play. Maybe something like Resident Evil? I used to like play a lot of Resident Evil as well. I really like them. But it's like you can beat Resident Evil like really fast, so that's a bad idea. I think, I don't know, memory serves, it used to take me about like 2 hours per game. Except Code Veronica, because I don't really know Code Veronica. I mean, I've beat it, but I don't really know it, you know what I mean? There we go, now we got chalk for years. Wish you knew what all this was? Well, I can tell you something, Mr. Grinch. That's a dwarf. That's a cat. This is all stone. It's actually, it's not super complicated. There's a lot of stuff going on that shouldn't be there because it like overcomplicates things, but you know, whatever. It's just because it's a really in-depth and detailed game. But this is all piles of vomit, all the red like pooly looking things. What tile set is this? It is Mayday. It's my favorite tile set. Like I normally play ASCII, but then when you stream it, people are like, what the fuck? If you see this, this is a pool, like this is literally an ocean of blood at the moment. Blood and guts. We're in an evil biome, it's just raining hell all the time. And it makes everyone depressed and angry and life sucks and boohoo and all that kind of stuff. It's great. But yeah, no, I always recommend, if you're getting in the Dwarf Fortress, like for example, if you're watching me and you're having a good time and I'm using the Mayday tile set, use Mayday. The reason is, you know, if you come back and watch, you know what's going on better, and then when you play your game, it's so easy for you to be like, okay, I recognize these things. You know what I mean? Or if you watch somebody else, for example, and they use a different tile set, like I use Lazy Noob. It's a really good handy utility. If you ever want to play Dwarf Fortress, you download this guy, and it'll just set everything up for you. Just make sure you're only using Dwarf Therapist and Sound Sense. That's the only utilities you need. There's other ones, but you just don't need it. But people use like Phoebus a lot. That is the recommended, the default. Just click Mayday. Just click up here. Done. But I mean, all the graphics packs, they have their, you know, people that like them. You know, again, whoever you like primarily watch to like learn the game, just use that tile set so you know what's going on. Because it just makes it so much easier. I think Kaylin woke up actually and turned the heat on. It's funny, like all last night she kept like complaining, like in her sleep. She's like, "Oh, it's so hot in here." I'm like, actually, it's freezing outside. I don't know what you're talking about, but that's fine. And I think she woke up and realized, oh god, it's quite cold. Who did this? Who did that? Who put that door there? That's not lined up. You can't just do that. Sir, you put that. Shut up. I know. I made a mistake. I didn't have forethought. We can fix that, though. Fix that. I think I'm going to make this a giant wood stockpile. Do I want people going outside and getting wood? Not really. Do I want wood outside, though? Not really. So, probably do it. Figure the rest of this out later. So ugly, though. Ugh. I changed my... You can actually do some interesting things. Like, you can make a wood stockpile like this, for example, and say, like, okay, look, I'm going to do this because I only want that much wood. Like, I don't want people to go out if I already have wood and get it. Problem is, it doesn't work because I have wood already over here. So yeah, we'll make our wood stockpile later on. I just don't want people bugging me doing stuff. You know what I really want, though? Can you make statues here? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I want a couple statues. Make the place look nicer. Just build a bunch of them. Why not? And our mason should be pretty good. It's Grazillion here, our expedition lead. Or just a talented mason. But still, it's... Yeah, we really need to get you up and socializing. But we're working on the Great Hall. We're getting there. Uh-oh. What did I do? There we go. Turn off relay. Get our doors here. Nice. Looking good. Oh yeah, it's about time we, ECF. So we're gonna get a nice big floor here. Technically not that big. Want it like... Yeah, we're just gonna make this out of wood. Doesn't really matter. Well, there you go. That's all the wood we're gonna be using. So yeah, time to chop some more trees then. Chop all these trees. We're gonna need that wood so we can... Sorry. Build me a grate. I always forget where grate is. Is it under these? No. Shift G. I'm gonna want them... Yeah. Okay. Because we want to make sure that we do have light coming into this area. Reason being, we need to maintain the grass. If we don't have grass here, our oxen and stuff like that are just going to starve to death and die. They haven't yet. Did I set this? Yeah, it is a pasture. I'm surprised they aren't going out here. I don't know, they're dumb. Oh, because there's something else you have to do. It's not good enough to make it a pasture. They won't just walk out there. What is it? I remember there being something, though. Do I have to make it a meeting area? Ah, shit. I remember there was something else, though. I'll remember it later. After my oxen die off. Which is probably fine. Bears. Alright, we turning that off. I'm serious, I'm just muting this weather. Permanently. Gone. Dead. What? Why did it say sound effects sad found dead? Still got 11 citizens. Okay. I don't think anyone's died. Oh, my water buffaloes. Oh no. Oh no, they died. Tragic. One of them's apparently missing. We can't find him. It's right here in this corner. That's okay. Not too worried about it. Can't wait till we get Grazillion stuff set up as well. So, for Grazillion, for those that don't know, back in the sort of early days, I streamed some Dwarf Fortress, and we had this. Grazillion was the butcher. That's all he wanted to be. Like, I asked people, like, oh, what do you want to do? What is it you want your character to be? He wanted his to be the butcher. And butcher things he did. And eventually what I ended up doing was I built sort of an abattoir, put the butchers in the back of his bedroom, so like butcher stuff you have to go through his room, and that's where the butcher was. And then behind that, and attached to it, but also attached to the hallway where people go, is where I had the tombs for just sort of regular folk. So it was like, yeah, I don't know, I just thought it was fun. I think we're gonna revisit that. I enjoy that. I find that thematically fun. A legal version of viewbotting. Well, thank you. Never heard anyone explain it that way before. Oh. I mean, I'm going to be gone, sadly. But I'll be back tomorrow, Omega, so take it easy. I mean, I'm not leaving right now, but I'll be leaving in like 40 minutes, I think. Actually, let me just double check. I'll go ask Kaylin. We'll have this run a little bit here. Hopefully nothing terrible happens. I'm just going to check when she needs to wake up, because I do like to make her breakfast and stuff. Second. Alright, yeah, so we got about half hour. I might come back after that, though, we'll see. But I'll be gone for like an hour, because I'm normally like, help her. Well, like, I mean, obviously she can get ready on her own, she's a grown-ass woman. But, you know, just make breakfast, hang out, talk, and stuff like that, and then she leaves for work. How is food? Okay, our broker. Oh, yeah, that's the broker. Food stores, though. We do have exact numbers. 259 drink. Nice. Plants 112, and we need seeds. That's all we need. We got someone brewing, so good stuff. That is excellent. Oh, look at this hall. It's taken shape. I love it. We're getting more gems. Rough carnelians. Oh, we have a stone crafter. Oh, shit. This whole time, I could have had that go. I mean, I could have had it going the whole time. That wouldn't have been smart, but yeah, that's what we should do. I don't know where it thinks those logs are, but oh well. Okay, what else do we have Origami doing? Alling crafts, that's it, eh? I'm gonna turn you off. Stone, wood. Yeah, the rest of this is all good. That's fine. But nice. The outpost liaison has arrived. Unfortunately, we don't have things to trade because I forgot to get my, my super stone crafter up and running, but that's okay. Survive. Yeah, we don't even have the depot built, sadly. What's Grazillion currently doing? No job. Did I forget to give you Oh, who's architecture? Maybe I accidentally turned it off of him. Must have. This got built though, so I don't know. That is unfortunate though. It means they're not going to bring their caravan. Oh, hang on. Yeah, they bypassed us, yeah. That's okay. We don't need to trade much. Oh, there's our first set of miasma. We should really set up a proper garbage dump for that. Probably... I'm not sure where. Not sure where we'll put it. Yes, we'll talk about my situation. The world is the same as ever, eh? Okay, things I want. Leather is always good. I don't know if that's what I really want, though. Pigtail cloth, I like that kind of stuff. That's great. Wood is fine. Seeds, definitely need seeds. I mean, we don't have a lot of room to grow anyway. We will eventually, though. Makes sense to trade for it now. As for other things we could trade for... Wine. Yeah, those are good. I mean, honestly, I think our production for that's going to be okay. Cheeses might be nice. I think mostly we just go for the... Turtles are always good, because we're not going to be able to get them otherwise. I think we'll be fine just doing it like this, and just sort of getting random stuff as well. But cloth is going to be a big one. And leather's not bad. I'm really tempted to go for leather as well, honestly. Just get some of this. Yeah, seems good. Pretty much everything we need. Happy with it. Okay. Yep, things will cost a little bit more because I'm asking for it. That's fine. And what are you guys looking for from us? Cut gems, eh? That's going for quite a high price. It's tempting. Cheese, rings, powder bars, stuff I can't really produce. I mean, I can, but yeah, I'm not gonna. But leather's gonna be good as well because there's not a lot of animals to hunt here. Well, occasionally. Oh shit. Oh right, that's. Oh, I had a panic. I was like, we're about to die, but no, it's just some giant chinchillas and stuff like that. Okay. Sweet. Building the bridge. That's good. We find that, yeah, we have so much chalk. I think it is going to be a giant ivory tower. This is exciting. Platinum, nice. I might have to end up making this room a 6x6, and eventually we're going to end up making this something bigger anyway. I don't know what we're going to end up using it for, but, you know, it's temporary. Right now, thankfully, we don't have all the other things. I think our next set of dwarves we currently have industry about where I want it. There's very few more things I need to have things comfortable. One of those. On this. Try to get these farm plots built. Okay. Set things up then. So, pigtails here, please. In every season you can. That's just for pigtails. I don't like messing around with
sort of juggling. Because what you can do, I think pigtails are only able to be built in 2 seasons. It can be built in summer and autumn, yeah. And so what you can do is in spring and in winter, you can have dimple cups, for example, or plump helmets be put there. I think it's just a lot easier not to. But you can. Honestly, we could... Now that I say that, we could definitely do that for dimple cups, because we don't have a lot of dimple cups. And we're not going to need a lot. So yeah, that's fine. It's fine. I was just talking about how I never do that, and all of a sudden I was like, yeah, why not? Live a little, you know? A little more farming wouldn't be the end of the world. But yeah, aside from that, I just want to get some soldiers up and running. Stray dog tame has given birth to puppies. Excellent. Yeah, okay, it is time to start looking in the refuse. Where do we belch food? Well, generally you want it here. Well, I mean, they're going to be eating here, actually. So you want it off of the Great Hall, technically. And this area is pretty good. We'll have the tower here at some point, though. Do it like here? They're gonna have to run out of the Great Hall anyway. I'm thinking we potentially do it... I don't know. I'm not sure where I want that. It would be really smart to get one up and running, and it makes a lot of sense to have it like here, really. Yeah. Okay, let's do this. That. And we'll make it so obviously you can get in from here, which is important, and get in from there. Now, the thing is, when you're making your refuse area, I'm going to show you some cool tricks for that. What you want is 2 doors. So we're actually going to do this. The double door means so miasma is a gas, right? We're going to open this door, and the gas is going to flood into this tile. But this door's closed, so it doesn't pass, and then it disperses, and we open this tile, and it's out. So you just have like an airlock. And then right here, we need like 2 grates, basically. Need one there, and one about here. And that's gonna let the gas pour out of it. Higher priority here. Okay. So that'll be nice. And then we just got to make sure we can get to those. So we'll dig through this play here because it's not super incredible. Be fine. I mean, technically I don't. I need these. I just need that. Get our floor grates in, which will be great. I'm gonna go ahead and increase this up to a 2. I do want this stuff built sooner. It makes a lot of sense to get this production, this refuse production up and going. Because people do get unhappy moods about it, and you can also like have people upset. Are you looking at different levels of the mountain? Yes! Yep. Sorry, Mr. Grinch. So this game has... Actually, if we do it that way, that's kind of cheeky. I like that. Fine. So this game has multiple Z levels. Unlike a game like RimWorld, which is operating on 1, we have currently easiest way to see. There's a counter somewhere here, right here. So we are on Z level 149. You can see we can go down to 148, and I can just hold this. I can just go down all the way down into the depths. And this is minus 13, the bottom of the map. So we have a lot of digging we can do. We also if I hold shift all the way up, we can go up to 169. So it's super cool. You can see is with my graphics pack, you can actually see things below. So these are like open space, and it's like you can slowly see things as we go down and down and down, which is really cool. Yeah. It's neat. So our tower is technically only going to be able to go up 20 Z levels, which is still pretty big. That's 20 stories. I think a Z level slightly higher than a story, but either way, it's about 20 stories, which is pretty big. And then what I'm thinking about is once we get up to the point where we finally have the tower, we can always do the crazy fun thing, which is, I think, super dwarfy, of if you can't make your tower bigger, make the world smaller. So we could actually just dig out the rest of the world and shrink it beneath us and lower it and lower it and lower it level by level, which is really cool. Yes, people, they're despairing because they're out in this horrible, horrible rain. I know, I feel you. We have lots of wood now, so we can start getting this going, which is nice. Coffee wood logs. Oh, those probably smell just incredible. I just want to make sure here that they are floors. Okay, I was afraid I put walls there. Not sure it'd let me do walls, but either way. Not quite. Yeah, perfect. So right now the big thing is just making our fortress safe. And it's not going to be super easy to do that. A bit. Extend our floors here. Technically you can walk on top of walls. We don't actually need to build the floors here. Although it would be handy to build it over the bridge for the so we'll go ahead and do that. It is a bridge. So that'll be fine. And we're gonna go up. So we want some grates there. And we want some grates here. I'm just leaving a space for myself so I remember where to put the grates, because that's pretty important. And I think we'll have more grates sort of in the middle there, so we're okay to do this. Bitter orange wood logs. Those also sound like quite nice. I love, man, just like the smell of like wood. It's a really nice smell. Let's go chop some more trees, shall we? Because that's working out well for us. And like this is it. Like once we chop all this wood, that's all we got, sadly. It's possible some of these trees grow back, but it's not crazy likely because of the heat here. Let's get these doors. We actually need a ton more doors, which is great. So I can remember to do that. Always handy. Oh, we're going to build those statues we built too. And of course we're going to put them... We should put them heading into the Great Hall. I'd like to make the Great Hall itself better. It's nice. We've got a bunch of them. I think that looks really cool. Look at this, eh? You know you're getting into the thick of it. Yeah, that's going to be... Sec. We'll also maybe put a statue in the study here. We don't actually need it. Our bookkeeper, Cray132, he is pretty content with what he has. Doesn't mean it wouldn't make him happier, but yeah, we don't need it, so I think we'll just push them in front of everyone. Speaking of, I'm going to set this to a priority 2. I want that tile dug out so I can go ahead and another statue here. So people are just going to stare at these statues all the time and be like, wow, things look really good. We do have to be careful. We have opened this up now. So we got to make sure we get our floor grates in. Those things can jump down them. So far, I've always been terrified. There are enemies that have the building destroyer trait. I've always been scared that they're going to be able to break floor grates because they can tear up tear up doors, but they can't destroy walls that you build, which is nice. And I've always been scared that they could just like rip a grate off the ground. It hasn't happened to me yet. Don't know if it's possible, but it is something I'd try and avoid just in case. What's wrong with you? Tired or hungry, sleepy? If you have any questions, Mr. Grinch, feel free, dude. I'm pretty versed in this game. I can explain most things. What are you doing? No activity. Oh shit. We haven't talked to him yet. Expedition leader. Yeah, I might need to tell Grazillion to not do something for a second, so that he goes and talks to the liaison and finishes that. Because what happens, it's really funny. So this is like the guy, like the outpost liaison. He's like trying to like, oh, is it still autumn though? It's still autumn. He may just be chilling. He'll just be chilling here. But normally what he'll do is he'll try and follow you around. And if you're the person that you have as your expedition leader, the mayor, like, you know, the sort of like the head noble, is too busy doing other things, they'll never actually talk to them, and he'll follow you around for like the whole year. He can eventually die doing it, and then it upsets like your relations with all the other dwarves. So grates are this game has like everything going on. It's got, you know, physics for water and like heavier things, like everything has its own physics value, but because of that there's also gases. So air and stuff like that isn't super important, but what is important is miasma. It's like the big gas of the game, aside from like a heavy mist or fog or evil stuff. But so miasma is kind of like this stuff that produces disease and unhappiness, and it's just like the smell of rotting food. It's just that sort of thing that gets produced. So what you do is you build a room like this. This is the sneaky way of doing it. You don't actually have to do it this way, but it's the way And so this is for refuse now. So we're going to throw all our garbage in this room here. And then, because I have two grates above it, see, they're right here and here, it's actually going to vent the room. So all that bad smell is going to come on out. And you can actually tell that's going on because, just like in RimWorld, you have right here, it says this room is inside. Whereas RimWorld only has inside and outside, and that's determined by doors. This game, you have 4 settings. Not counting above ground, below ground, which is just sort of like, technically this is above ground because it's a raised mountain, but yeah. But either way, so it's inside or outside, and it's light or no light. Light is sunlight. There's no other light in the game because dwarves see in the dark. But light's important because you use it for A, planting, B, making sure that things like this like grow. Which we don't have any grass here really, but you know, eventually we're hoping to. Shouldn't you have doors on the right side of the room too? Absolutely correct, user. Wow, what a name, 9317. I always want to ask if all the other numbers were taken, but I know they weren't. You just thought that was a... Maybe those numbers are important to you, who knows? But I just forgot that I built that. The thing is, so the average dwarf is going to be discarding garbage after they eat. So they're going to come in here and throw it down. Grates also let light through. Forgot if I mentioned that, probably not. But dwarves are going to come, like, eat their food in the hall, and then they're come down here and throw the garbage here. So you want the 2 doors here for sure. Sometimes, though, food spoils in the fields. Like, they don't pick it up fast enough. So I just put a door here. I don't worry about doing the airlock system. As they don't travel that way too often, and they're already upset if the food is rotting in the field, so it doesn't end up, in my opinion, mattering that much. I can make this a nice sculpture garden, though. Okay, so now we start thinking about how do we set this up? So this is where we put our tables and chairs, and people are probably really pissed because they're not eating with tables and chairs right now. Is this an odd or an even? How do we just go straight up with a line? Let's see, so 1, 2. Well, it's okay. It's obviously an odd number room because I'm using a 3 going into it. So, duh. That's fine. So we could have a set in the middle. Okay, here's what we do. Start here. Okay. It's our first set of tables. Shit. Second set of tables. Yeah. Okay, I like it. So I'm pretty sure in this game, I always forget to test it, but I think dwarves can only use like 1 table per person, per meal. So what that ends up meaning is you don't actually want to have, like, for example, if I do a table in RimWorld, I mean, I can have 2, like I could put a chair here, for example, in RimWorld, and 2 people can sit on that and use the same tile. And this they can't, I don't think. So there's no point in having corners as much as long lines of efficiency. And for the same sort of annoyances, I couldn't put a line of chairs on this side because they won't use the table. So you always have to, like, make sure you have 1 table, 1 chair, and just sort of make good looking things out of that. Hey, the merchants! They're actually unloading all their goods and stuff because I built that. That's cool. Let's just check. Do we have perfect wagon access? We might have some... No, we don't. I haven't set the craft store to do anything yet. We can set them to do that now, though. Rock... well, we want rock mugs for everybody. Because I forgot that they added that to the game. The dwarves get unhappy when they're not using mugs. Super neat. Oh, the merchants just left. They, like, unpacked all their goods and left. You can actually kill them. You can lock them in and they'll go insane and starve. You can just straight up, you know, go to the inventory here and steal their goods and say, what are you going to do about it? All of these things, like, tarnish relations, however. And that's a bad thing. At least with the dwarves. Tarnish relations with the elves, with the humans. You'll have a war on your hands eventually. But with the dwarves, it's really important to not do that. Because the dwarves will not declare war on you. But when it generates the merchants every year in August, the merchants arrive. Caravan. For the dwarves, anyway. And when they show up, it counts how much money they have. So, like, the value of all their goods. Let's say 10,000. If they leave with less than 10,000, they actually... It doesn't so much, like, lower relations naturally that way. The actions do. But what it means is next time they come with less stuff and shittier stuff. So, what you want to do is even, like... You want to make trades that are good for them. They'll always make money off you, no matter how good your broker is. But you want to make trades that are really good for them. And eventually you reach the point where you just give them free stuff as gifts. Because you want to increase the trade value of their goods, so the next time they come around, they're bringing insanely high quality stuff. They're bringing tons of things. Like, it really helps maintaining that. So it's just a lot easier just to straight up from the beginning. Never, ever, never, ever, never do the bad. Look at that. This is, like, literally the room. There it is. This is our hall. It's like the perfect size. Like, I don't think the room can actually get bigger than this. I think we capped it. I'm somewhat worried that maybe we made it too big. And that we won't be able to count the walls, which are important. Because the value of a room makes Torx happy.
Oh, make more room. Here comes
We got some migrants. Fagwent is despairing. Well, nothing new there. Everyone's always depressed here. What do we call this place? Trumpet strokers or something? Stroke trumpets? I don't know, whatever it was. Should have been cries a lot. That scene from Monty Python. Camelot, Camelot, but it's like cries a lot, cries a lot. Let's not go there, it's a silly place. It is terrible. Everyone is just depressed all the time. Sucks. Do that. Not one in the middle, sadly. That's okay. I'm just happy we're getting these floors built. Because right now, if a goblin was to attack us, for example, so they can't actually climb up here. We've removed all the ramps. But what they could do is they could come up and around, they could jump down. They take a little bit of fall damage, maybe it's not too bad. They're probably just stunned. I mean, they only fell a story. It's not the end of the world. It sucks, but yeah. It's something you don't really want to have in the back of your mind that, oh, they can that was cool. Jump down and get me. Yo, all our chickens are now happy. We have way too many dogs. At some point I'm gonna have to start caging them off or slaughtering them or something. But dogs are less worrisome than cats. Cats are a real problem. Because cats will, every once in a while, decide they're gonna own somebody. And once they own one of your dwarves, the dwarves get really upset if the cat gets murdered. Oh yeah, we got a lot of people. Here we go. Now we're talking. Wowee. How many did we get there? Hang on, let's find out. 22, so 11. We doubled our population overnight. 8. Alright, well, we have here a pacifier, a poet, a speaker, and a potter. Pacifier, poet, speaker, potter. Well, Potter was neither a pacifier nor a poet. But he did speak a lot, so that's a thing. Potting is... I would say it's useless, but there is clay around here. We'll give that one out last. I always hate giving the useless thing right away. What are you here? A child. Well, children suck. Children suck in this game because it takes a long time. I believe, I think 20, maybe 18 is when a dwarf reaches adulthood, at which point they can do something. No, the dwarves do procreate, and it's the worst thing that can happen to you. It isn't quite, but they count up another slot for population, which just means like food and stuff like that, which is okay. But the big problem is a child can't do anything until they get to a certain age, which is usually, again, I think it's 18, 20, something like that. Problem is, that's 20 years. So if a child's born, you have to wait 19 years till they can do something. And, like, how long has it been since, like, I mean, I've been streaming for, like, what, 2.5 hours, and we're only in winter. Or not even in winter, we're in autumn, and we started in spring. Like, you know what I mean? And it's not like I can speed up the game, which normally you don't need to, but... Building designer, crossbowman. It's kind of cool. Let's have 9317. Gonna be the first guy in my military. There you go. Ambusher, animal trainer, crossbow. Nice. Now we got a real military guy. I'm sorry. I'm just like, user, well, here you go. You may have the delicious first person to be in my sniper army. The defense, by the way, Trissy line, good luck there. You have to lead them. And then I find like the next person's just immediately better at all the things you do. It's always unfortunate. What's this person here? A milker. Well, that sounds like Rudy to me. I didn't intend for that. An appraiser, fish. You always get so many fishers. I don't have any fishing on this map. Also going into the military, both of these. Sorry, H4 Zram. It's like Hazram. It's kind of cool. Animal sector, comedian. Oh wow, surgeon. That seems solid. Box sprayed whip. Good name. Get Mr. Grinch in here. A stone crafter. Not like a super good one, but a stone crafter nonetheless, and they're definitely useful. We have. I guess we'll have Herpegirst. Derp. Oh, we have a crap dwarf, right? Yeah, the potter. Are you like good at potting, at least? Yeah, I mean he's actually not that bad at potting and stuff. It's like, am I gonna be using potting? It's not likely. I think we're gonna give this over to Mr. Comrade. Gonna make him also in the military. So, who was that in the military? So I'm just gonna write this down. We got Mr. Comrade. We got Azram. We got User and Trissy. Those are the three I think are on there. 4. I think I just did Obok. Did I not? Yeah, we did Obok. It was Mr. Grinch. Adequate Stonecrafter. I definitely did the Adequate Stonecrafter. So I just happen to have 2 of them. No, I did that one. I don't remember who I made that though. Oh, I made that Rudy. Yeah, fair. For you. Pressure. Cool. That's going into farming. Let's go ahead and trigger that. I guess we could have war games. Farmer. Got here. Furnace operator, another really good weaponsmith and armorsmith. Excellent. What is a who would be a good person for this? I'm trying to remember. Our old people who are around for that stuff. Oh, Eat My Ferret. Excellent. Great metal crafter. Also a fairly useful person to have around. Although, are we going to be crafting metal too often? Most likely not. That's okay. Sungif is actually perfect for this guy, or Sungnif. See, he actually does that in real life. And you are a grower. Perfect. Oh, that's my grower. Okay, excellent. Well, that works for me. Done. A chink. Sweet. I think I got them all named. Except for the child. Of course. Whose child is this? Relationships. Is the child of user 9317 and Rudy. I'm really tempted. I'm going to throw them both in the military. And we're going to rename this child here. Respawn. Good old Respawn. He's a milker? Thought he was a he had crafting or something. Who's a crappy crafty one? I'm a mother. Yeah, I'm really, really happy for you. Okay, let's create a squad here. Archer, yep. The occult trades. Better than that. Yeah, it's okay, but... The Knives of Battle. Yeah, now we're talking. And I think our good shot was actually Trissy Line. So have Trissy Line go ahead and be first. Got Azram, User, Rudy, Mr. Comrade. Yeah, looks good to me. Okay. So we're gonna have to set up a whole archery training area for that. Get them like practice targets and stuff like that, which means we should really start making. I guess we can make wooden arrows to practice, right? Wooden bolts. I think that's under crafts though, so I think I have to do it here. Wood. Wooden nest box, perfect. I need that as well. Anyway, we'll get those bolts going. Gonna need a few more craft store shops as well. Perfect. Get those going, and yeah, I think actually we're just gonna say, not permanently make wooden bolts. That's a bit silly. Oh God, what happened? Despairing. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we got some fist fights going on here. Chinchilla is getting shot the fuck up by Trissy Lion. That's great. Wolverine was fighting a hen. Apparently Cray was also kicking the shit out of a Wolverine. And Mega's revenge, yeah, he just got enraged. When did that happen? Why did my bookkeeper start boxing a Wolverine? I guess he's fine, so who cares? She was showing off her dance moves and he turned out to be a real animal. Neat. Either way, yeah, I gotta call it here though, guys. So, for next session, which is gonna be tomorrow night, I presume anyway, probably around the same time, start around like 3, 4 a.m. my time. You know, whatever. Just think back like 3, 4 hours. That's probably when I'll start tomorrow. Yeah, we've got to get our military set up. We need to get archery targets and a proper shooting range so they can get good. Then set them up and then build nice little boxes we can shoot out of. Sounds good. Anyway, take it easy, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow, as always.